There is nothing better than bread, cheese, and a glass of wine. Goat cheese toast. You can cut your cheese with dental floss, which makes it very easy like this. Little piece of baguette, a piece of cheese on top of it. You mold it on top of it. A little bit of herbe de Provence, garlic that you can have with a vegetable peeler in long flake like this. A little bit of olive oil on top, and this is it. In the oven for a few minutes. Broiling this makes it even delicious, a fun hors d'oeuvre for everyone to enjoy. I'm Jacques Pépin, and this is Fast Food My Way. Happy cooking!
Production funding for this series has been brought to you by
Cuisinart, with the next generation of food processors. From bread dough to pizza to stir fries, we do the work to save you time. Cuisinart, the next generation.
And by Scharfenberger, makers of fine artisan dark chocolates, recipes available at scharfenberger.com. And by Spectrum Organics, a purveyor of fine culinary oils and condiments. Spectrum, the taste of goodness. And by OXO Good Grips, makers of kitchen tools that make everyday living easier.
When I go to the market, I look what's around to see what is fresh, to look for the best, and it's really at the market that I decide on my menu. Well, when it's the fall like this, I love to do those soup, and today on my menu I'm going to have a Butternut Squash Velvet, followed by a fillet of sole with a mushroom sauce, very classic, then the peas and mushroom and endive mélange, the vegetable, and finally pear in coffee. I do pear in coffee as my aunt used to do when she had leftover coffee, so waste not, want not. You see, when you use those here, I have to peel it like 2 or 3 times to get to really the red, otherwise it's pretty, you know, if you peel it only once, you have that kind of greenish look, so you take it as much as you can to get to that bright color. You can also buy those this way. They're raw, uncut, which makes your life easier. So maybe I'll use some of this and some of that. In fact, you can see that those pre-done one happen to be with a riper squash than this one here. In fact, a brighter color. So I'll use this. I need about a pound, a good pound of butternut squash from pound and a quarter about. And in this, I'm going to start with leek and onion. In there, a little bit of olive oil, and soup. I could eat soup every day. I mean, soup for me is part of almost every night cooking. In fact, I used to have a restaurant in New York. It was called La Potagerie. It was a soup place on 5th Avenue between 45th, 46th Street. All we did was soup. That was back, of course, in the 70s or something. It was very successful and a good business. So onion, I'm going to have some leek here. I split the leek in half. You know, you split it this way, going down on each side, and then you run it under the faucet to really remove the sand. There is nothing which replaces leek in a soup. And here I need about 2 cups. Yeah, 2.5 cups of leek. The whole leek. If you have a little more, a little less, it's not the end of the world. Okay, here it is. You want to sweat, what we say sweat, that is to soften a little bit the vegetable to start with. In that case, the onion and the leek, and after that we add the rest of the vegetable. I love butternut squash. In fact, I brought the grain in France to my brother, put in his garden. No one had ever seen it, so he was very proud to show that to all of his neighbors, you know. And maybe one of the best ways is just to split it in half, the long way, to take the seed out of it, to score it, put a little bit of honey on top, and some cracked pepper, salt, and you put it into the oven like this for 30, 40 minutes, and it's really good, just plain done this way. Okay, so I'm using those as well. And you can do that only with chicken stock, or you can put chicken stock and water. In that case here, I'm going to put some water. You can do it only with water if you want it to be totally vegetarian, but chicken stock and water. And always clean after myself. I'm a well-trained cook, you know. Okay. Bring that to a boil, and 15-20 minutes at the most, it's going to be cooked. You can see this is nice and soft now. Basically, I brought it to a boil, lower the heat, cover it, and about 20 minutes or so. So you can put it in a food processor, you can put it through a food mill too, but you can also emulsify it in this. You can also, of course, have it unemulsified, I mean, if you want the soup very chunky. Seems to be a bit thick to me, so I'm going to add a little bit of a Chateau Faucet here. I will use water a lot, as much as stock. Now this is the type of soup that you could do ahead like this and actually freeze at that level, you know. It'd be fairly fine. You don't put anything else in it. I would want to taste it. See my seasoning. Need salt. This is what Julia would have said. Need salt. And I'm going to put a little bit of cream in it. You can finish it with a bit of olive oil. You can finish it with butter. You can finish it with a bit of cream. For like 6 people here, I would say about a third of a cup or so of cream. And it's beautifully velvety and creamy. So that's it. But as I said, the best would be to do that at the last moment, you know, when you're ready to serve. Certainly a beautiful golden color. And like this. A big portion. Maybe at the garnish we could put a bit of you know, a bit of pistachio here. I could break this, put it on top, and maybe a sprig of chervil. I love chervil, and I have a lot in my garden. It's cold enough in Connecticut. It had a very distinct licorice taste. So here is maybe a bit more of those. This is the Butternut Squash Velvet. And then I think we're going to go on to our next dish. And I have 2 dishes I want to do here. A fillet of sole with a mushroom sauce and a pea, mushroom, and endive melange. And I'm going to start with the vegetables. So I have 2 Belgian endive here. What the Belgians call chicon, what we call endive. Cut them the long way, this way. I mean, we used to poach them, do them in different way. Now I tend to saute them in a skillet just like this. So I'll start with this. It's sizzling and they tend to caramelize. You know, when I cook this, here I'm doing a mixture with mushroom and peas. So I'm just going to put salt and pepper in it. But if I were to do that by itself, as I do often, I will tend to put a dash of sugar along with the salt, you know, just to caramelize it in the bottom. So my mushroom you can wash, but if you wash them, it's only when you're ready to use them. So it's not a question of not washing mushroom, it's a question of washing them at the right moment, which is just before you are using them. If you do it before, you have a film forming on top, then it's discolored usually, and the peas, those are frozen baby peas, you know. I mean, what is called sometimes tender peas or baby peas. And frankly, this, when they pick up those peas, They go with a machine, they pick up the piece is open, fall off the pad, and the large piece in the pad goes to the bottom of the pan, and the one which are high in sugar, the tiny pea in the same pad, float to the top. They separate them. That's how they have those, which are usually quite good, tender, and sweet. This will render a little bit of liquid, and I will put that before I put the peas. And in the meantime, let's start on the fish. I have a fillet of sole here. And whether you're on the east or west coast or two, you will have different names for different type of sole. You know, the gray sole in New York, lemon sole, we have fluke, and then we have the Dover sole. Here often you have the petrol sole, but basically in the middle of that, if I run my finger on that whole fillet here, there is a tiny line of bone, so I cut in between to remove that tiny line of bone here. And in our case here, we're going to do a paupiette, and the paupiette is rolling this into something like that. So when you roll it, this is the inside of the sole, the part which touches the bone. This is the outside, just under the skin. That part will tend to shrivel. So that's how you roll it, with that part rolled there, and the thicker part first, and the thin part at the end, meaning that when it's cooked, it will tighten. If you roll it the other way, you know, this way, for example, then it will tend to happen as it's cooked. So it's important to roll it the right way. So here we are, we have our paupiette, so it's 2 paupiettes per person. It will take a bit longer to do that if you were to do your sole flat, because of course this is a bunch, a thicker piece of flesh in a sense to turn, you know. Okay, so 2 of those per person is plenty with our sauce. You see here the moisture, it's all wet, so the moisture is out. Okay. And I want finely chopped shallot here. About a third of a pound, a third of a cup. All right. I think this is hot. I need about a cup of wine here. It is hot, okay. So about a cup of wine is a third of a bottle. I should taste it too. You never know, maybe somebody did something to my wine, so to be sure. Good. My shallots in there. And now the mushroom. This I'm going to put here. The mushroom can be diced or sliced, you know, but the mixture of shallot and mushroom is really classic, you know, to cook fish. I think that Julia told me, Julia Child, that the first dish that she remembered in France was a fillet of sole normande, you know, which is very similar to this actually, except that it's finished with butter, with cream, rather than finishing with butter. So here we are. Put that in there. I have to have scallion as well. Here is my sole. I'm going to embed it right into the mushroom. I'm going to put salt on top of it. Pepper, freshly ground pepper here. Okay, and scallion. I think this is ready for the peas. Better put it and lower it. See, it's really caramelizing underneath. When it's lightly burned, you call it caramelized. You know, so there is a great deal of euphemism here. So we are going to put shallots, scallion in there as well, in my sole. Here is, and those sole will cook covered about 5-6 minutes or so. No? Okay. Now let's check. Those peas actually cooked in 1 or 2 minutes. That's a nice mélange. We taste it. Dash of salt still. Dash of pepper, or maybe a dash of olive oil. Never bad. I'll bring it back to a boil. Yeah, it's about fine. See the type of dish you can do at the last moment. Even if you wanted to do that a little bit ahead, I would tell you, saute your endive and the mushroom and wait basically until the people sit down to put the peas in it. But if you do that ahead, of course, your peas are going to discolor in like 5-10 minutes. You can see that this is boiling and steaming at the same time, you know, but they are staying in the shape that I put them in. So I can lower that heat, and it will probably take maybe 2-3 minutes. See, the sole are just about right now through. Even slightly under, but I want to have them slightly under because they're going to stay in there a little while. So let's get the sauce out of it. I mean, that is the juice. The best way is really to take your lid and hold the fillet of sole with the lid to have it totally drain out. That's it. And then you can keep it warm in there and then reduce, bring it to a boil. I have about 2/3 maybe 2/3 of a cup of liquid in there, and I want it to go down to about 1/2 cup, 1/3 of a cup. Here we are now. I think it's fine. I'm going to put the butter in there. As I said, this is the whipped butter. Put about the value of 1/2 cup, which would be probably in regular butter about I don't know, 1/3 of a stick or something like this. So I emulsify it in there. You can see that I can really bring it to a boil. It will be nice and very creamy. See, I just wanted to show you it come to a boil. Now it's going to rise like milk, you know, when it boils. But it doesn't break down like a regular butter would. So that's it. I can serve the peas. Maybe there. Nice fancy bowl here. And the fillet of sole. At home, I would have that platter in the oven so that it keeps warm, of course. Now here you can arrange your fillet of sole this way. I have 8, so I have to put another one in the middle here. Okay. A fair amount of garnish, you know, I have a fair amount of mushroom here. I have a little bit of liquid left in the bottom. I don't want to dilute the sauce too much, so I leave it there. And looks good. And I can put my sauce on top. You could also thicken the sauce a little bit if you want. So I have enough of the sauce to serve a little bit separate. And maybe a little bit of chives on top to I think cut in large piece of chives like this, a bit different. And here it is, the fillet of sole with mushroom sauce, peas, mushroom and endive vegetable next to it. I still remember my aunt when I was a kid making pear in coffee, to use leftover coffee, you know. It's a good way of using leftover coffee, and I have about a cup and a half of coffee there or so. Whoop, it's hot. And I put them to poach the pear in it. I have cut some pear here, which are hollowed inside. You can use any type of pear that you want. What happened to be the small one you can buy. I like the Bosque, you know, those small Bosque pear. The pear has to cook until they are tender. Okay, so here we have coffee. I have some brown sugar in it and a little bit of vanilla. And that's it. Now it's coming to a strong boil. What you want to do, cover it. You want to reduce your heat so that it just boils gently and wait until it's tender. You can see that now my knife goes through very easily, so it's cooked. So I can remove the pear. They've now taken a brownish, nice brownish color. Okay. And then I want now to put it back on high heat to reduce that by about half. And you can stop the heat. I want to thicken it a little bit with a tiny bit of arrowroot here. And it's thickened on contact, you know, just to get it slightly oily, syrupy. And I'm going to put a little bit of Madeira in it, a couple of tablespoons. And that's it. We just have to let it cool off. I could pour this in there or put my pear back in, you know, in the syrup like this, and then put them to cool. If I am in a hurry, I put them in ice, so they'll cool in like 10 minutes or so I can serve them. The pear are about cool now. You can see the syrup is much thicker and all this. So it's time to serve them. They don't have to be ice cold. I think what we'll put underneath is a little piece of brioche. You can buy that too. Brioche is always great with anything. So I'll put a piece of brioche in the bottom of my glass here, so I can stand the pear on top of it. Very simple type of dessert, you know, but very often fruit dessert is usually what I do the most at home. So a little pear like this, and of course a lot of that dark mahogany syrup, you know, flavored with the Madeira. Here, maybe a couple of sliced almond on top of it, give it a bit of texture and color. You can even put a bit of chocolate. You know, chocolate and coffee goes well together. I mean, you can use your vegetable peeler, put a little bit of a dark chocolate on top, always help. And this is it, you know, our pear in coffee. You can enjoy it with a little bit of Madeira, a bit of port wine. Any of those wine will be good with it. That's what I'm going to do. And remember, for the food to taste good, it has to be prepared with love. Happy cooking!
Visit our website at kqed.org/morefastfoodmyway to learn more about Jacques Pépin. You can watch shows online, view extra clips of Jacques in the kitchen, print selected recipes from the series, and meet some of the people behind the scenes. Call 1-800-937-5387 or log on to channel9store.com to order the book with over 100 recipes and color photographs for $32 plus shipping, or to order the complete series of all 26 shows on DVD for $39.99 plus shipping. Production funding for this series has been brought to you by
Cuisinart, with the next generation of food processors. From bread dough to pizza to stir fries, we do the work to save you time. Cuisinart, the next generation.
And by Scharfenberger, makers of fine artisan dark chocolates, recipes available at scharfenberger.com. And by Spectrum Organics, a purveyor of fine culinary oils and condiments. Spectrum, the taste of goodness. And by OXO Good Grips, makers of kitchen tools that make everyday living easier.
A KQED television production.